check this out. In 2019, we went on a lot of expeditions looking for a lot of very interesting animals. One of which was at the top of my heart and the top of my interest level for still being out there. And the reason being, lived on a really big island that was super jungly, very remote. There had been reported sightings. We met up with a man named Didik who believed he had seen them himself. And the animal that we went searching for that I thought we maybe got a thermal image of was the Javan tiger. Remember this?
Ooh.
Absolutely.
So
Tell me about the Javan tiger. Is it a huge tiger?
it's big, you know. So like all of the tigers in Indonesia, there was the bobblehead, dude. I'm going to just flip that whole table over.
It's okay. It's just Pat's bobble.
So there was the Balinese tiger, which was a tiger that lived on Bali. Obviously, Bali is where drunk Australians go to get naked and have sex now. So there's no more Bali tiger. But on the neighboring island of Java, a much larger, much more jungly, much more wild island was the Javan tiger, right? So all these subspecies of tiger. Anyway, the last one was officially seen in 1976.
Oh, damn.
Long time ago,
50
right?
years ago?
50, yeah.
50-ish.
48, if you like math.
Pat's math. 1976 was the last time it was officially seen, okay?
Yeah,
there have been, just like everything, a reported sighting here and a reported sighting there, blah, blah, blah. We went there. It was declared extinct in 2013, I believe.
Okay. That's when they gave up.
They gave up. They're like, it's gone. Hasn't been seen since 1976.
Right.
And so we went there in 2019, okay?
Mm-hmm.
When did this survey? Kyle can maybe add a clip in later, but got this cool thermal drone image where I was like, that might have been a tiger. Like, there was a big animal we were chasing around that didn't let us get very close. Shortly after our visit, very, very shortly, with Didik and the same people, I believe, that we were talking about, there was a sighting reported of a Javan tiger coming into a village and killing some livestock. Okay.
Oh, okay.
When this happened, there was a barbed wire fence that kept the livestock in around the village, and a single hair was found on that fence. Now, that means nothing, right? It could be a sheep. It could be, well, there's no llamas in Indonesia, but it could be a llama. It could be a cow. It could be a dog. It could be a chick's hair, like whatever, right?
Yeah.
But a single orange-colored hair was found on this fence.
Orange isn't common.
True. So through genetic testing and comparison with other subspecies of Sumatran tiger, they figured out they could have been a Javan leopard, whatever, right? But anyway, long story short, they just announced that they finished analyzing that hair, and sure enough, there is one extant Javan tiger on the island.
Wow,
at least one.
Dude, that's crazy.
The animal that left the hair, it was a tiger. So there you go. 54, what'd you say, years later?
48.
48 years later, there is still at least one Javan tiger roaming around the island.
So wait, it took 5 years for the hair analysis? Dude,
don't even get me going on that.
Why?
Java doesn't have any money for
It's not that.
science.
It's the bureaucracy and this is confidential, but yeah, I can't talk about it. I'm
That's
currently
good podcasting
Great
right
pod right there. Maybe on the bonus pod.
Yeah,
huh?
maybe that's where I can talk about it. But I'm getting into a whole deep dive on this. But the bureaucracy of science and the fact that this probably circled and they probably took the hair and within 6 weeks had an answer, and for 4 years and 11 months sat around talking about how to announce it and publish it and what to do, which is 4 years and 11 months of wasted time that they could have been actively trying to locate and save this animal, right?
Yeah.
And that is like I can't get into why I'm so fed up with it right now because they'll probably sue me if I do, but like I'm so up to here with that exact wildlife bureaucracy.
Is it possible that they didn't want to announce it until they had a plan in place to protect the tiger? Because once they go, this is the rarest animal in the world, wouldn't suddenly like poachers be like, oh, I'm going to get a lot of money for that thing's head?
I mean, that's always the thought. I don't think a lot of people are out targeting the one and only tiger. But yes, sure. Let's say yes, that is the case. And I support everything you just said. Does it take 5 years to come up with that plan?
Definitely
Probably not.
I imagine it takes about 2 hours of sitting in a room going, how do we do this? Okay, here's how I think we manage this. Now, how do we implement this? There's no protections in place. Nothing has changed legally or legislatively to protect this individual animal. It just took 5 years to announce it.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
It's driving me nuts because that's 5 years of an animal. Kyle, just do a quick Google search for me. How long do tigers live? I think it's like in the wild, like 18-ish years.
I literally was going to say 18.
10 to 15.
Okay.
Okay. So you've now wasted
A third.
a third at the least of this animal's life talking and thinking about it.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's driving me fucking nuts. And it's across very, very many genre, not just of the wildlife sciences, but, throughout everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like the just go get shit done thing is not happening anymore in this field. And it's really, really, really frustrating because this animal's likely, if it's still alive, which it may or may not be, because who knows how old it was when it left that hair, we've now wasted 5 years not protecting it.
Would they be able to tell any more information from the hair, like how old it actually is or things of that nature?
No.
Nothing?
I don't believe so.
I don't think a single hair would have enough.
Yeah, you need muscle and other tissue, but from the hair, what you can do is check the DNA and go, okay, it's a DNA match. Right?
So I didn't get to go on this. I wasn't on this shoot.
Sadly.
Full disclosure. I didn't go. I'd like to pretend I did. I learned a lot. So Java is massive, right?
Massive.
It's like is it one of the biggest islands in the world? I think it's one of the top 10.
That sounds right. I mean, it's a huge, it's composed of like 5 states. There's like East Java, West Java, some stuff, Central Java. I mean, it's like friggin', it's gargantuan. Huge. But also, here's the thing that isn't like regularly understood. Like you're like, oh, cat on an island. How hard can it be? First of all, Java has like, Google the population. I think it's like one of the most densely populated islands in the world.
Wow.
Yep.
Let's see if Kyle gets a number here. 145 million people lived there in 2015.
That's wild.
That's like 60% of the population of the entire U.S.
live on this island.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And this is where it's like, if you don't go get boots on the ground, you're the common person to study this, right? The world-leading expert who's never seen a Javan tiger would read this, go, there's 145 million. They hunted them all out 50 years ago. They're gone. 145 million people. They hunted them all out. Yeah. They're gone. What you don't understand until you get boots on the ground in Java is outside of 3 or 4 spots, like coastal cities, there's nothingness.
Right.
Nothingness. I mean, it is so dense, the jungle, and so mountainous in the center of the island. It's like anything could hide there. Obviously, I believe there's a tiger there. I wouldn't have gone on an expedition for it. Like, I absolutely believe that the tiger could survive there. And we saw a lot of game, like big deer, monkeys, like all kinds of stuff. Like, I know there's a lot of animals there still, even with the poaching and bushmeat and everything else that goes on. So I totally believe the Javan tiger was still out there, and now there at least was one in 2019.
Proof. The proof is out there.
Yeah. So I love the story. Got me very excited.
Jakarta is in Java, right? Isn't that on the island of Java?
Indonesia?
No, Jakarta is...
Oh, okay.
Where is Jakarta? Jakarta is... Well, this is all Indonesia we're talking about.
I'm bad with geography.
I love it, and I'm fascinated by it, but I'm terrible.
Seminyak or Semarang or something like that is Java. That's the city we flew into.